Hi, my name is Chazi, and today I want to present the change in organization that had faced by the Qatari Mera enterprise. In today's dynamic world, change is not just a fact of life, but essential for survival. New organizational development and priority happen so quickly that if organizations do not up to date, they will be slipping behind. Organizational change is the process in which an organization changes its structures, strategy, operational methods, technologies, or the organizational culture to affect change within the organizations and the effect of this change on the organizations. So today, my groupmate and I want to present about the organization change about the Qatari Mera enterprise. We conduct an interview with Mr. Azhar, who is the manager of the company. Qatari Mera enterprise business scope is the constructions, information communication technology, ICT, the supply of the office equipment and stationery, and communication equipment. What is their problem? And what challenge they will face? How Qatari Mera enterprise solve its problem? Let's watch together. Hi, it's me again, and today I want to talking about the problems that organization face when the organization change. The main problem is the change in the economics after the PRU 14, where our country has changed some policy and it led to an economic recession. That organizations has faced the problem with their sales. Their sales become reduced dramatically.
I would like to continue about the problem that faced by Qatari Mera enterprise. Layoffs of workers is the second main problem that faced by organization. This is because managers are forced to dismiss workers because they cannot pay their worker salaries. Only high-skilled workers are retained and have to be hired to do all work because the company has already shortage of workers. This makes an employees assigned to do some work at the same time, making them less exotics and working less often because they are too tired to do many things at the one time. And this also makes it possible for the customer to find another store to buy the goods because they are not well served and employees do not pay attention when customers are looking for the goods. The third problem the organization faces is because the current issue about the COVID-19 today. This is because the company is take the stock from China, and because of the largest China population infected with the virus, all stock have been restricted from being taken from China. Then this bring a problem to the organization. This caused the Qatari Mera enterprise heads of stock to sell and had to take the stock from Malaysia. The organization had to be lost because of the stock in China cheaper than in Malaysia, so the company must take the goods from Malaysia and continue their business. The fourth is lack of communication is a failure to communicate. Intent change can break the organization. Speculation and rumor will split your organization, and a lack of trust will make it difficult for a staff to embrace change, especially when their uniform on what required from them. Employees need to know what's going on because uncertainty will disrupt organization workforce. It's preferable for them to understand plan updates, otherwise they will be less aligned with your objective and feel disconnected. Organization needs to keep employees up to speed. Whether the manager coordinate regular meetings, set up brainstorming session. Communication should be two ways because staff also can help you change procedure with better ideas. Then resistance. Resistant workers naturally resist change because they grow as accustomed to the security offered by their current circumstance. When the organization gets too comfortable in the present, there is no room for the future growth. Resistance needs to be addressed on a psychological level to remove behavioral barriers that restrict the evolution. Major change through the cat among the pigeon. Treating familiarly as a staff need to learn new procedure. By supporting their staff with reassurance alongside offering new training, this gives employees the time that need to adapt to organizational change management. This will ease a transition into the future where each critical manager can authorize with the staff and reassure them. And last but not least, the manager telling us that the goods like that sold at their company are also not needed right now because customers also try to save the money by buying other necessities such as food, health, supplies and so on are needed today because of the current issue about COVID-19, but the company also try to fill the need for the customer today, such as the health supplies. This is an incentive to cover back the loss that the company had to face in their business.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Suraya binti Agustian. So now we come to the next point, which is the challenges faced by the manager, top management team, employees and also the customers. Based on the interview that we have conducted with the manager of Qatari Merah Enterprise, Mr. Azhar, we could see that varieties of parties inside and outside of the company had to encounter numerous types of circumstances due to the changes occurred in the organization. Parties inside of the company that have been affected due to the modifications in the organizations are the manager, top management team and also the employees, while the party outside of the company that has been affected by the changes occurred in the organization is the customer of Qatari Merah Enterprise. First and foremost, I would like to discuss the challenges faced by the manager because of the changes in the organization. In conjunction with the changes that happened in Qatari Merah Enterprise, the employees of the company have lost their motivation to carry out their performance very well. Some of the employees have to undertake 2 jobs at one time, which may have resulted in severe mental health for the employee. This is one of the challenges that Mr. Azhar had to face because he as the manager is an important and responsible person for sustaining the motivation in his employees. To overcome this circumstance, Mr. Azhar has to initiate efficient action to bring back the motivation to the employees. Next, challenges from the perspective of the top management team. According to Mr. Azhar, Qatari Merah Enterprise has to suffer a variety of challenges after the changes took place. One of the crucial circumstances that the company has to overcome is the rising cost of its raw material, especially on this coronavirus incident. The coronavirus outbreak originated in China has disrupted the economic activity because it contributed to a significant shortage of raw materials in diverse types of fields. Qatari Merah Enterprise as the telecommunications equipment supplier also deteriorated because of this incident, as 60% of their stocks came from China. Mr. Azhar also firmly stated that price quotation for their raw material also has been heavily affected due to this occurrence. Before this pandemic occurred, Mr. Azhar said that their price quotation could last until 3 months, but now it could only last up to 1 week due to their hardware prices changed once every 3 or 2 days. Next, the sales for the company have been lessening. In the past, Qatari Merah Enterprise could provide about 2,000 printers in one event, but currently, they only can supply 100 printers in one occasion. Besides, Qatari Merah Enterprise also could not generate any profit in one of their branches located in University Utara Malaysia. The reason is most of the students of University Utara Malaysia do not prefer to purchase a printer from the company anymore because they tend to go for paperless as it can save more money and reduce time. In conjunction with this event, the company has lost about 40% of their income. I will talk about the circumstance faced by the employee. Some of the employees of Qatari Merah Enterprise had to resign their job because of the changes occurred in the company. Before the transformations happened, the company owns 3 technicians, 3 clerks and 4 subordinates to help in furthering the goal of the company. Unfortunately, due to the changes, Qatari Merah Enterprise presently has only 1 clerk, 2 technicians and 2 subordinates, which might affect the company in the long run. For Qatari Merah Enterprise to adapt these understaffed issues, Mr. Azhar said that the employee has to carry out an unrelated job, such as an employee that has a specialty in IT has to perform tasks that are related to telecommunication skills. In our opinion, if the employee has to perform 2 tasks at one time, especially when they have no specialty in a certain field, their product quality may be poor, and the worst part is the employee may have to experience a high level of stress. Last but not least, the customers. For the time being, customers of Qatari Merah Enterprise do not encounter any critical challenges from the changes of the organization, since Qatari Merah Enterprise does not sell their product at a higher level even though their raw material prices have been escalated. Confirming to Mr. Azhar, he mentioned that Qatari Merah Enterprise currently sold its product at the initial price because they cannot drastically change their prices of their goods as they may have lost their potential customers. However, Mr. Azhar also stated that they might have to sell their products higher than before later on because they have to maintain the sustainability of the company too, as well as generating profit for Qatari Merah Enterprise. When the incident takes place, the customers may have to pay for a high price when purchasing items from the company.
We have present about recommendation and implication within the organization. Firstly, dia Recommendation that we can give to overcome the problem within Qatari Marine Enterprise and Mr. Azhar as a manager can invest in marketing and to an active role. Mr. Azhar realized he still had to put effort into reaching more people. He and his partner had to actively seek out customers from surrounding towns, especially Chantun and Sintor, to create a business in a good condition. Mr. Azhar can invest money in another sector like farm or construction. When we interviewed Mr. Azhar, he informed us that he also opened Tila branch in UAE to support his existing business. Secondly, our recommendation is Mr. Azhar should have a good relationship with the supplier to support his business. Good working relationship with supplier will not only deliver cost saving but they will reduce availability problem, delay and quality issue. Mr. Azhar also can eliminate many of those costs. One of the other steps Mr. Azhar took to stay in business was to find a good and loyal supplier that can only believe in company when his company faces any difficulty. Mr. Azhar should find a company that can ship merchandise all the time. Qatari Marine Enterprise can focus on retaining and boosting customers to overcome the problem faced by organization. For example, if Mr. Azhar lost each year due to customer bailing after a poor service experience, but they have customers who consider themselves loyal, will forgive the company and the company must make sure it will not happen again. Mr. Azhar can engage customers to provide more feedback. Feedback is important to the success of the business. Customers who provide feedback are often willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Last but not least, Mr. Azhar can attract and retain clients to overcome the problem. Mr. Azhar has to stand out in the crowd by offering clients something extra like giving a discount to them because Mr. Azhar has competitors not only with the other company but with Lazada and Shopee. He also can make an emotional connection with the client and let them know and understand the financial need. The client can help Mr. Azhar lend them money when they do not have money. A financial service provider can help Mr. Azhar business the ownership of the finance and teach them to become better money manager. Fourth industrial revolution. According to our interview with Mr. Azhar, the fourth industrial revolution is expected to change how company work, survive, live and communicate. Nowadays, we can see the change in the business environment and employment trend within Malaysia. The change gives a big impact on the company. This is why it is essential to quickly support a culture of change within the company. Last but not least, Qatari Marine Enterprise can be proactive by fully utilizing its online platform and data analytics. Over the year, online platform have become far more rigorous and much easier to configure. Next, I will present about application. The application most accommodation to work is Mr. Azhar can invest in marketing to expand his business in other sectors like farm and construction. It can help him to support his existing business. Mr. Azhar can use the profit from the sector to settle the problem faced by his organization. Besides that, as a manager of the Qatari Mega Berhad, Mr. Azhar should find a good supplier that can help them get stock faster and to avoid supply from cut-off. The manager should find a supplier that has loyalty toward their company and can give them time to settle the payment if they encounter any problem with their company. When issue in the ordering process occur, the healthy working relationship between supplier and Mr. Azhar will make such issue easy to resolve.
Okay, now I will continue the another application which is Qatari Marine Enterprise can focus on retain and boosting their customers. They should find an idea on how to attract their customers toward their product by doing sales or giving some discount to their customers. Other than that, they also should focus on their customers needed. And the last one is Mr. Azhar can retain and deal with their clients by offering them something extra that can help him to control his business properly. Then it will come at them with a solution-based thinking, not a product pushing. By Cynthia Miranda said that it is important to fulfill client satisfaction because you can deliver goods and service on time and free from defect. Then your client will enjoy doing business with you. Since they are happy with you, they will stick around with you. Okay, as a conclusion in this project, we can see that nowadays many companies have changed their organization because of some issue. From our case study in Qatari Marine Enterprise, we found that this company changed their organization because of economic issue. The manager of Qatari Mera said after PRU 14, their sales reduced by 30 to 40% in the first year and 30% in the second year. Because of this,
then they need to close some of their office, which is from 4 office into only 1 office, which is in Chalun. And because of this, they also need to reduce the number of employees, which is now they only have 8 employees in their office. This company also face a problem with their supplier, which is their main supplier in China during this current situation, which is COVID-19. So there are some suggestions that we suggest to Mr. Azhar, which is Mr. Azhar can find local suppliers to maintain their company in industry. So that's all from our group. Thank you.